Hey yo, this is Pokyo Design Pro. Welcome to this episode of ArchiCAD. Yeah, in this episode, we are going to look at how to model these reveals, the scattings, then also the copings. Then now you can change different textures or finishes to a wall using complex profiles. Yeah, this method is very simple. Just that people sometimes fear the word complex profiles and they end up using other methods which become so complex and tiresome again. But I recommend getting familiar to complex profiles because they ease the work. Yeah, so to achieve this, one could have used a lot of walls. Yeah, like now, for instance, when you click on this wall, you realize it is one wall all the way from down, having the skirting, then the reveals, this coping here, and also the upper finish. But one could have had this as a separate wall, then have this maybe as a wall or as a slab to achieve that coping. And then also for the reveals, you can maybe have cuttings, or they would have used the object tools to achieve something like that. And also for this cutting, they could have used still maybe a slab tool to achieve something like this. But you've realized that is a lot of work. So here with me, I'm bringing to you a simple way you can achieve this using complex profiles. But then before we start the design, please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel as it helps me grow the channel, and at the same time to turn on your notifications for the daily updates. Yeah, so let us start right away. Yeah, so the best way is first have a basic wall, then you can turn it into a complex wall and do the edits. Yeah, so we are going to work with this wall. I'll first click on it, right click, then go to wall settings. When I click on wall settings, I'm going to turn it into a complex wall. This third option is for a complex wall. So I'll simply come click on this third option and I'll say OK. After that, I'll still click on it, right click, then to activate this edit selected composite stroke profile. But before that, for instance, let me click on this one. This one, remember, is not a complex wall, it is a basic wall. So when I right click, when you check under the options, we don't have that option of editing it. So that's why we have to first change it into a complex wall and edit it. So for this one, when you click on it, right click, it will have that option of edit selected composite stroke profile. So we shall simply come here, we click on that, then to bring us that wall. So this is where we are going to do the edits from. Yeah, so there are basically two tools that we are going to use in this edit mode. We are going to use the line tool and also the fill tool. For the line tool, yeah, it helps me create the profiles. Then after I fill it with the fill tool. Yeah, but then if you can work at once with the fill tool, it is still okay. Yeah, but for purposes of learning, you can first sketch with the line tool so that we know what we are doing exactly. So this is our wall that we are going to edit. This is the complex wall. So I need to first sketch out my skirting right here at the bottom. So let me come under documents. I'll click on the line tool. Click on this line tool. Yes, I'll go with this second geometrical method of construction. Yeah, so I can have this at a height of 75. Enter. Then for the width, this will be 50. A tab for the degrees to be 90. And I'll go down, still 75. Close this up at 50. Yeah, but then for us cutting, I shall need to create a slope right here up. Yeah, because remember, we don't need to collect water on top of us cutting and maybe dust. Yeah, instead of leaving it just straight. So I can first ungroup this. I come, click on the suspended groups. I'll click on that. Then I'll have this as a single line. I can move this maybe up to 15. Then this, I can move it at 40, 50. So I'm going to slope this a bit. I come pick the line tool. Yeah, I can have it like that. Then even this one will have a little bit slope. Then maybe I can fillet this edge. So I'll come highlight both these lines, come pick this, highlight both, come pick this node, go to the fillet stroke chamfer tool, I'll click on it. I'm going to fillet this, let me say by 50. Then I'm also going to fillet this edge. I'll simply highlight both of these lines. I can pick this up. I'll give this maybe 25. Yeah, I can have this as my skirting. Then next I'm going to have a small coping at the beam, just on top of our openings. Yeah, our openings at a height of 2.5, and that's also where our beam starts from. So I'll simply come, use the line tool. Maybe I first draw a line here. And come pick this Ctrl D. First move it down a bit to 0. Ctrl D, I move it to this line. Ctrl D up 2.5. Somewhere there, I'm going to have also a coping. Here I can have a rectangular coping. So I'll still come to the line tool. I'll use this. Let me use this option for the rectangle. I'll simply put it right here. I have this at 50, tab 50. Enter that and go with this. Then next I'm going to need some reveals under my coping. So how do I do that? Still I'm going to use the line tool. I'll come pick the line tool. I'm going to use this second option. Come draw this at 25. That is the distance. Enter. Now drop down by 300. Tab for the degree 90. Enter, then can go inside still by 25. Yeah, I think this is okay. Simply have it at that. So I'm going to copy this. I need also another line here to close this up. I'll simply do this, have a line here. And I'm going to copy these lines. Hold on Shift. I select multiple. And I'm going to Ctrl Shift D. I'm going to leave a spacing of 50. Something like that. And I'm going to copy. Ctrl Shift D. I'm going to drag a copy. Can pick this point, then start having it. Ctrl Shift D. Yeah, so I'm going to have this as my reveals. Then for up, I need I need another paint for the upper face. So I'm going to use still the line tool. I'll go with this option. Come pick this up. I come up to up 25, and I finish it at that. Yeah, so for the structure, the material for the copings is concrete. So I can hold on to the magic key, that is the tab key on the keyboard. I make this a fill, and I also come, I fill this up. Yeah, I'll fill it with concrete the same way this is filled with concrete. And now I need to give them material. I simply click on this. I come here under component selected. I drop down. I'm going to override the surfaces. I'll click on that. Then for the material, I'll simply drop down. I'll give this white. Let me look for maybe chrome. FF chrome can go with that. Yeah, FF chrome. Then this one, I'm going to give also the same for this cutting. I override the surface. Now I'm going to give it white as well. This FF Chrome. Yes, then now next I'll need to fill also this. I'll come to the fill tool. For the structure, yeah, maybe I can give this till maybe brick. We can go with brick finish. I hold on to the space key on the keyboard. I click on that, this as well, this. Then for the upper one, I'll select it. I'm going to override the surface. I'll give this, let me give it this color, some color I like using best. Yeah, I'm going to give it this Peronian Gabriel Comfort 1161. Yeah, I'll click on that. I'm done. Then for the reviews, this will automatically pick the color of the wall. So after having that, I will simply come, I save my profile. I'm going to name it as profile 1. Maybe let me call it wall 1. I'll say okay. And I'll go back to 3D. And I'll come click on this wall. Under custom, I'll drop down. I'm going to look for wall 1. It is right here. I'll click on it. Then I'll have this as wall 1. Yeah, we're having our skirting. Yeah, so for the material, we didn't change. I thought it would pick the exact paint of the wall. But then if it didn't happen, we need to edit this again. I'll simply come, since it is the one we still have right here, I'll simply click on edit. Sorry, before that, let me go back to 3D. I need to know the exact paint of this. So I'll Control T. And the model, it is light gray, paint light gray. So I'll come back here to edit. I'm going to select these. Hold on Shift. I'll select them. And I come here, I override the surface. I'm going to drop down. You can just search here for paint light gray. Yes, I think it was this, paint light gray. And I'm going to save. Come back to 3D. And this is pretty cool. So I'll need this on this surface. So I can simply come pick parameters of this wall and I inject it in this wall. So you can see we have the reveals, we have the coping and the skirting, and also the upper surface is having a different paint. Yeah, but then you realize you're having some small error at the corners as the coping and the skirtings are not intersecting properly. So what do we do? I shall simply come click on this wall, press Ctrl T, that's for the settings, and then you come tick this box, end surface override using adjoining walls. You click on it, then say OK. Having that done, you realize now our edges are fitting properly. Yeah, so that is how basically you can create that. Then now for this wall, now we are going to need, I think, another profile, because you realize we have a different color for this, but we are going to have the same setup for the reviews and the copings. So what we are going to do, I'll come to this wall, edit. I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to create a new one. Then I'm going to duplicate wall 1. Maybe I'll rename it as wall 2. Duplicate. I'm going to say OK. Yeah, then what I need to do is to just change the material or the paint finish for this other wall. So I'll simply come to 3D. I first get to know this wall. Ctrl T. It is lino gray. That is the paint it has. So I'll simply say OK. Come back here to edit. I'm going to change this to lino gray. Ctrl T. Sorry. I'll just change from here. Lino gray. I'll type here lino gray. It is right here. Then I can just come pick parameters of this. I inject it in this. I do the same. I inject it in this. Can save this. Come to 3D. I'll click on this. Change it from here. I'm going to change it to a complex wall. Come under custom. I'm going to look for wall 2. So I think I need to change one by one. I don't need to pick parameters and inject in the other fields. So I'll come back still to edit. I'm going to select this. Hold on Shift. Select this. And I'm going to change this to lino gray. Now save. Come back to 3D. Now let me come back to edit still. I click on this wall. Ctrl T. Sorry, I click on the wall. I'm going to override this. I'll change this to lino gray. Click on save. Then I come to my 3D. I'll have this surface lino gray. Then now next I'll need to copy parameters of this. I inject it in this wall. Simply come do it. I come inject it in this one. And then also in this one. And the same time in this one. So I can rotate this. And for the edges, you know how we treat these edges. Click on this, hold on Shift, click on this, Ctrl T for the settings, end surface override using adjoining walls. I say OK. I have that. And I'm going to do also the same for this. Ctrl T, end surface override using adjoining walls. I'll say OK. Yes, so we have something like that. Then now for this part, I want it to look like this. So I'll simply come, pick parameters of this. I come and eject it in this wall. So we have something like that. Yeah, so basically this is how you can create this using complex walls. Yeah, if you want to have this on this other side, you can pick parameters of that and have it this side. Or if you want any design, still you can do that, so that you don't have to have a lot of walls. Maybe let me say this one is stopping right here, then you create another one up. Yeah, that will be hectic and time consuming, but with complex profiles, trust me, you can achieve that in 2 minutes or in 1 minute, as you've seen. Yep. Yeah, so thank you for watching this episode, and I hope you learned something. Watch out for the next episodes, and please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more tutorials, and at the same time to turn on your notifications for the daily updates. Thank you. Stay blessed.